here's what we got. We got this 275 gallon water tank. It's going to be used for watering the garden during these rain droughts. We're going on 12 days, no rain. Anyway, I was going to use concrete blocks to set that on, but I was watching some videos and people using concrete blocks having serious problems. So took me a trip up to the Home Depot, got me some treated lumber. We're going to build a really nice sturdy platform, be about 2 foot high. And anyway, I'm gonna get my radio arm saw set up. I'm gonna get all this cut up, and then I'll bring you back. See ya. Alrighty, so there's the deck boards. I got to get them cut to what was it, 48 inches. I needed 8. Those are 8 feet. I can cut them in half and get 8 boards out of it. I bought this 4x4. It was on a cart, 70% off, and I soon found out while cutting it why. So I cut all the legs at 2 foot. This last one is about 3/8 of an inch too short, but that's all right. We'll make it work. This is the side pieces. They're cut at 45. These will be the bottom two, will be the inner structure, flooring, whatever you want to call it. And then it's got to be 40 inches wide. Those boards right there are 40 inches wide. But for tonight, it's getting dark. We are going to put all the tools away and clean up a little bit and get back at it in the morning. Talk to you. Well, folks, I got the water tank stand built. Thing is an army tank. It's a beast. Heck yeah. I love it. Anyway, it's dark now, so I'm going to drag this around back tomorrow and level the ground, get it all situated, and then slide the tank up on there. But let me show you what got here from Amazon. So I ordered this hose. It's a PVC type hose with the fittings on the end. That's going to go from, so the inlet right there on the side of the pump is there, so that hose will go there. And then this piece screws onto that bull valve that came with the tank. So let me get it out of there, hang on. Alright, so this piece, it threads on to the bull valve that's on the tank. And then your hose, the other end of this blue hose over here, will go on that. But with this pump, you got a bunch of different things. Got these fittings. I'm going to definitely use this filter, keep debris from getting into the pump. Got all the destructions. This thing is adjustable from 50 psi to 80 psi. So we're going to start out at 50, see how we do. But I learned that if you don't blacken out the outside of the tank with something, it will cause a lot of algae to get in your water. And they sell these nice little covers. It's got a zipper on the front and all that, flap at the top where you take the lid off to fill it, the tank. 20 bucks on Amazon. So heck yeah. Anyway, so I'll see you guys back here in the morning. We're going to keep filming until we got a full video and this thing is completely set up and hopefully full of water. Alrighty, so the tank, or the platform, is back here now. And the tank is on it. So we're good there. I think, because I put a level on it. It wasn't up like maybe a ½ inch leaning forward. But I think I'm going to take the tank back off, dig down at the back legs some, and get a little more level, because now that the tank is on there, you can really see. Let me get positioned here where you can see it too. So you can see it's leaning forward. I don't think it's going to hurt anything, other than I won't be able to get. I'll lose about 2 inches of water or more of being able to fill it to the top. So anyway, yeah, I'm weird like that. I like things to be as level as possible, and that is not as level as possible. So I'm going to take the tank back off, flip the stand over to the side, and dig that down a little bit at these back legs closest to the building. Yep. Okay, I'll be back. I gotta go let the dogs out. Alrighty, there you have it. We are level on all 4 sides. Yeah, baby, look at that. Plenty of room in between the building and the tank. I did that on purpose, because where this is sloped roof, there's gonna be a gutter go up here. There hadn't been one, obviously, and it's been causing me problems since insulating the inside of this building. Causing the edges of the floor to flood with all the ice and snow coming down, and it just comes down, wraps around, and runs down this wall and gets inside. Anyway, putting a gutter up, I wanted this to not be close for 2 reasons. One, I'm going to run a tube, some plumbing from that side of the building over to the fill thing for the rainwater. And 2, let's say ice does get past the gutter, which I'm sure some will. I don't want this tank to be right up next to the building. And then 2, I can always, which I will, I've got some boards and plywood scrap pieces that I will cover the whole top of this tank, and probably even put some at the back to keep any ice that comes down gouging holes through the tank in the winter time. Because it's not every day you get one of these tanks for 40 bucks. And great for a garden. Anyway, so far the most expensive part of this project is the lumber. But not much more than what that electric PSI pump cost. I got about 73 bucks in the lumber, 68 bucks in the pump. Those are the 2 most expensive things. Everything else is just so cheap. You know, that kit, I mean, somebody saw the demand and made a supply where you can buy a kit, that thing I showed you earlier in the video, that threads into this bull valve. I mean, that's genius. You could take this, any of these tanks, put that on there. You don't even need a pump. If you have it high enough in the air, the gravity alone is going to make the water run out there. But anyway, all right, next step, I'm going to get that thing on there that I was just talking about, and then I'm going to have to build a little small shelf platform out here for that electric motor to mount to, and then I have to make a cover for that electric motor. This way, when I'm not using it, I can keep it covered. But anyway, we'll be back. Finally, that downpour that the weatherman's been calling for over a week showed up today. I'm very thankful for it. However, weatherman, you called for absolutely no rain today, but look what we got. Anyway, it's awesome. Garden loves it. I love it. Let it rain, baby. We went 13 days and no rain in Northeast Ohio. Heck yeah. Well, we are inching closer and closer to being finished. Got the cover on that keeps the algae out, and I got the pump all assembled and mounted down below. It's out of the weather. The only thing I need now is basically water. And the piece that I showed you a minute ago, let me see if I can raise the tarp up. So the bull valve, see if I can find it on the camera, right there it was. The piece that goes over that you screw your water hose into, that was the wrong one. They sell 3 different ones for these. I didn't know that. I'm new, okay? So I ordered the one that is for coarse thread. I need the one that's fine thread. And so back on Amazon, ordered that one. This other one I have, I think Eric at Mill Creek Water Hauling is going to end up with, as I can't use it with this tank. Anywho, we'll be back in a minute. Alright folks, we are back. Good news and got a little bit of bad news. So Eric at Mill Creek Water Hauling came by yesterday evening and filled this thing up. He was the pump he has pumped 275 gallons of water into this tank in less than 30 seconds. It was so fast, I didn't even have time to record any of it. I mean, it was like, he was done, and he's rolling up the hoses and heading to the next customer. Anyway, the problem though, the bad news, is the back leg sunk completely up. So we're definitely not level at all now. So tomorrow I will get the other part that goes on to the front of this bull valve in order to hook the water pump up and the water hose, and start using this, get it empty, and then I'm going to pull the tank back off of there and pull the platform out of the way and dig the dirt down and lay some of those thick concrete pavers down in there in the holes that I dig out, and get this thing leveled back up and on a solid foundation for it to not sink like that. That totally shocked me, but it is what it is. It almost immediately started sinking when he started filling it up, and I kept an eye on it late last night even. I didn't want this thing to sink way down in there and cause this thing to possibly slide off of that platform through the back wall of the shop. But alright guys, so that's where we are. I'll be back here in a little bit. Okay guys, so now we've got the right setup on here. Had to, again, like I said, order this because the first one I ordered was a coarse thread. I needed fine thread. And this came in a 3-piece setup. You got your faucet, then this piece, and then this back piece, and it all becomes one unit in order to get your water out of the tank. But you got your main bull valve. It comes with the tank. It's back here. It's got a small leak when you turn this on. I'm not going to worry about it because it only leaks when I have this on. But once that's on, then you're ready. Check this out. Good water pressure without even a pump. So I'm going to hook a water hose straight to this, stretch it out, and just see what the water pressure looks like coming out the other end of the hose. So give me a minute to set that all up. Alright, so this test is on a 100-foot water hose. Got this sprayer on the end of the hose. And you see the garden. We're going to see what happens without the electric pump hooked up. See how far it goes, but I got to first get the kinks out of the hose. So here we go. Let's see how far this thing will spray out there. Probably not far. Yeah, no pressure. Ah, wait, there it goes. Let it build up some pressure. getting the air out of the line where there's no PSI pump hooked up. I think that's it. That's all we're gonna get. There's the steady stream. So we got all the air out. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna hook up the electric pump now, and then we will do this test again. Alrighty, so the water pump is hooked up. Now, because I don't have the faucet open at the other end of the hose, it will pulsate until I do that. So we're gonna go turn it on real quick and see how much pressure we get. All right, so here we go. The pump is on, it's pulsating. I got my little nozzle set at jet. Let's see what happens. Look at that. Gotta get some air back out of the line. Come on, work the air out. Still getting air out, I guess. That's a 100-foot hose, so it's doing really well. Turn it off a minute, let it build up. Well, I think if I adjust the PSI, I can go up to 80 PSI, I'll get a farther reach with this. But that I'm impressed with. But yeah, this can be done right in your backyard, folks, with very minimal money. I've got less than $200 in this whole emergency setup thing. And let me take you over here and show you one thing I am going to buy that I didn't think to get. Okay, so the pulsating thing is doing what it's supposed to do, obviously. However, when I'm done, right now, every time I'm done, I have to unplug the pump from the power. I'm going to buy a switch that will be in between here, like an interrupter, that I can just click that off and it'll be done. But I got to get my permanent power run out here for it. But overall, we're set up, ready to rock. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk at you soon. Take care and God bless, and pray for Israel. See ya.